Okay, how do we calculate preferred dividends, preferred cash dividends? Where do we start? Okay. 5%, and this will give you 50. What about common? 50 cents, it tells you for common shares, each share, they're getting 50 cents. So if I own one share, I'm getting 50 cents. I own two shares, I'm getting $1. So basically you use the 50 cents times the total amount of shares. Total number of shares is 55,000 shares. That will be the common part. Okay, so this problem here doesn't tell you originally what was the total amount, not asking you to divide it. There are two ways to do it. Some of the problems will tell you in the beginning what is the total amount, and you divide the part into preferred shares, and then whatever is left goes into common shares. Another way to do this is companies can just simply state what is the preferred rate for dividends for preferred shareholders, and then what is the flat rate for common shareholders. So this is a case of common shareholders having a specified flat rate. For each share, they're getting 50 cents. Okay, so we just times the number of, the dollar amount of cash dividends they're getting for each share times the total amount of shares. That will give you 27,500 for common cash dividends. And for preferred, the calculation is the same as before. Okay, face value times dividend rate times shares. Now this is a declaration entry. Remember, declaration, we're not yet paying it out. So it's a type of liability incurred temporarily. And later on, 2 to 3 weeks later, it will turn into actual cash payment. We'll be reducing this. Okay, so this part here, we're just reducing retained earnings, increasing dividends payable. And the following entry will be debiting these two, crediting cash for a payment entry. Okay, so the payment entry is simply just flipping that dividends payable entry, and since we're paying it out by cash 2 to 3 weeks later, reducing cash by the total amount, 33,250. Okay, and the dollar amount, you can get it by here. So this problem here doesn't tell you whether there's cumulative dividends in arrears from the previous years. If it doesn't tell you, you can assume that there's zero. Problem tells you there is anything that they didn't pay previous years, and you have to add on to what's declared this year. Okay, but that only works for preferred shares. Okay, common shares do not get any cumulative dividends at all. They just get whatever's left for whatever dollar amount is declared up front. Okay, any questions on dividends before we move on to other topics?